So I just got off the bus to go to a geological formation that's hidden away in the Bronx called the Gray Mare. But I'm always looking for fruit everywhere I go. So here is something I've actually never had before. I've heard about them. I believe that this is a wineberry. There's not a whole lot of them. Most of them are underripe or overripe, but these ones look like they might be ready. And how I could tell it's a wineberry from quickly identifying online is got like this kind of interesting leaf where there's like one big, almost like maple leaf looking one, and then these two smaller ones at the bottom of it. So that's what this has. So I think that's it. I think this is a wineberry. So let's try it. Not sure if it's gonna be good, but let's see. Separates well. This one's got some bug residue on it, but one of them is pretty good. So yeah, not a whole lot of options here, but looks like I've got at least one that's going to be good. One notable thing about these is that the little, whatever you want to call them, little globules, let's call it that, they're bigger. They're much bigger than like a thimbleberry or raspberry. They're very like round also, so it's got a distinct look to it. Oh, it's blowing off a bug and I dropped it. Okay, so let's give it a quick try. It's good. It's got a bunch of little seeds in it. It's very tart. Doesn't really taste so much like a raspberry, like a little bit. But it has more of like a red currant kind of flavor, like a tart red currant. Yeah, it's pretty good. They're a little bit mild, but they got a nice red currant flavor, touch of raspberry flavor, but not much, and a nice little tartness to it. That's the sort of thing I can imagine would be good for making a jam out of, and I'm pretty sure that's what people usually do with that. Not as good as like a wild raspberry, at least not those ones, but still nice. Like if I saw that growing, I would definitely like pick a handful and eat those. So cool, and definitely one that I have not had before. So this is interesting. This little blob of berries here. There's some that are just very big and round. So I think what these might be are little globules. I'm going to continue to use that word. From a bigger, more ripe berry, and the other parts just fell off. So maybe the one I had was just kind of like a little small, maybe not fully developed. That little stump there, it's where they fell off. So I think they actually get bigger. So I think these are actually, they're just parts of one, but they're more ripe. So let's see if this one's better. Yes. It still kind of tastes like a red currant, but it's sweeter and less tart. It's got more of a strong currant flavor, more flavor to it, less just like sourness. So I think the first one I had was maybe a little underripe, and that one is a little bit more developed. But tastes similar, just more pleasant. And I think because that one is more sweet, less tartness to it. The first one I had was maybe like a 6 out of 10 on tartness. The second one I had that's larger and more developed, that was more like a 2 out of 10. But the sweetness on it was far greater. The sweetness on that is like a 7 out of 10. And the unripe one, or less ripe one, was lower down the scale. Not super sweet, maybe like a 3 or something. So it's twice as sweet and half as sour when you have it like that. Unfortunately, I don't see like a full berry, but it at least gives me an idea of what that's going to be like. I'll keep looking to see if I can find a better one, but if that's all I can find, it's still pretty good. So wineberries, finally got a chance to try them. So this rock behind me here is what I've been trying to get to walking up this way while finding wineberries along the way. This is a very, very, very off the beaten path destination in New York City. This is out near Orchard Beach in Pelham Bay Park area in the Bronx. So if you go all the way up this way, which is not easy to get to, you can follow some unmarked trails. They're marked, but not on Google Maps. You gotta know that they're there. You follow them all the way to the end, and then you traverse through some marsh. I don't know if I can actually get any closer than this. You get to the Gray Mare. And what the Gray Mare is it's a rock formation that was significant to the Native American communities in this area. Basically, they believe that God had specifically placed this rock here. And it looks like that. It looks like somebody just like took this rock and just plunked it down. It just stands here very like prominently where there looks like there's significance to it. So when Native Americans would happen by this rock, they would pay their due respects to the Gray Mare. Now, I'm not sure if they called it the Gray Mare, probably not, but that is the name that it has here. So if you want to come here, it's worth checking out. You know, it's just a rock, but it's a very pretty rock, and the journey to get here is also very fun and full of wineberries. So I'm happy to have made my way out here, and yeah, if you're bored in New York City and want something to do, check it out. And this is kind of like a hush-hush thing, so if you made it this far into the video, if you watch the fruit and continue to watch on as I scramble around, you get to know this secret, but don't tell anybody, okay? See you next time. Well, my boots are very wet, but I just had to come over and give it a little pat for good luck. I would like to give a big shout out to Smarter Every Day, Loftyrex, and JMac. They are mega patrons over on patreon.com. Patreon, I'm sure you've heard about it, but basically it is how I can afford to go on all the adventures that I go on this channel and how I buy all the fruit that I buy. So if you are interested in supporting the channel, check out the link in the description below. Another way to help out is by going to my website. My website has all my videos organized into categories, which is pretty cool, and I also have t-shirts for sale over there. So check it out, and I will see you all next time.